Hi guys, so today I have this auto ship that just came in. Obviously I signed up through HSN with a die and press auto ship, and so I don't think it's going to be available yet, but if it is, I will link in the description box, possibly embedded in the video here, and that would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase item. So link, I will say there's one other auto ship on the way. It might be here today, it might be here tomorrow morning, so I'm thinking, or tomorrow. I might hold on to this video until that one shows up because this is just this guy, but it's a stamp and die kit. It says it's time to Pawty, so I'm thinking this has to do with that little Halloween pet set, you know, that was the first auto ship. Yeah, it must be. And this is like probably the fourth or fifth one, guys, that has come in, right? I feel like I've, you know, had quite a few of them come in, so we will see. And then the other one is also a die and press auto ship, and then there's actually one processing right now that I believe is also another die and press auto ship. But this is the one that I have right now. Oh, I dropped all the goodies. Hold on. So I will say in the newer sets, die and press has not been including their sticky sheets. Yeah, but this one does have it, and it must also have the applicator. I don't know what happened to it. It might have fell right now. But probably went somewhere else. I don't see it. But I don't know if that's what they're going to be doing going forward. It probably is, right? That they're not going to be including these. I don't know. But I just noticed that in the last few like unboxings I've done and tutorials. So yeah, very cute. Look at the little guys. Oh my gosh. Well, you see them here, but I was looking at the shapes here. Let's see the inspo, and then we'll see what the actual stamps and dies look like. So how cute. So you have like a little gift box, and then the little lid, stamps and dies, and then you have your little animals that can go in there. So a little doggy, a little cat. This guy is just, you know, like an icon, but you do have a die that goes with it. You can do little hats, little party hats with like accents, or just that party hat by itself. I was wondering if this went on top of that, but maybe or maybe not. Probably not, because the way the little poof is on there. But possibly. They're showing them individually, as you can see there. Oh, cute. So you have balloons with, you know, little stamps for the strings. You have like a little cake that's like the shape of a fish. A little doggy bone with a bow. Paw prints, of course, we love that. Little stars, dies. You have your weenie dog there. I think that's what they're called. Or Dashindo, I guess. With the little cake on top. Some little icons. Party animal, possum, birthday, cool cat. Some cute little like confetti looking things. Time to potty. Happy birthday, treat yourself, things like this. So you guys know I don't have pets, but I love little animals, so no big deal. That's the reason I don't have pets, because I know I just don't dedicate the time that they need, you know? But Hunky Dory Crafts just came out with a new Dapper Dogs, I think it's called, and cats. But it's really cute. It's like dogs and cats that are dressed up very, not Renaissance, but kind of like that, like old school, really cute. And have it in my cart. I haven't popped on it yet, but I think I'm going to order it because it's just very cute. So anyway, I do like stuff like this. And yeah, and so there are the stamps, you know, I mean, pretty good size as far as this kitty. You know, it's about 3 inches tall, so it's a good focal point, right? And you have your box and everything. And then over here we have the dies again for the 2 characters, and then like the ones that you're going to match up. I do love that it has the balloons in cute shapes, right? The heart and then the star, which is not typical. And then, I mean, you don't have to even make it a cat or animal type of card. It could just be anything. Obviously, well, treat yourself works for everybody, but like a little animal treat, that's funny. Or a doggy treat. So that is this auto ship. And yeah, I'll just wait for the other one to come in, and I'll do the one video showing both of them. And I do have some time right now though, so I was like, maybe I make a quick card or something. I don't know. It's not always that I do have time. Actually, I don't really have time. I do need to work on something from Tonic that just came in, but that's okay. Let me think. Okay, fine. I'll do a little something. So let me move some of these things over. I think I'll do a little coloring. I haven't done that in a long time. So I have just, you know, what I'm going to make a card base real quick. And recently I've been doing a lot of these kinds. So I'm going to do this cut at 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, there goes the emergency vehicle, of course. You guys let me know if you could hear that. I'm not going to edit, because a lot of times I'll stop and edit and people tell me they didn't hear it. Well, you didn't hear it because I stopped and edited it. So let me know. This time I won't do that, and it'll be a good indicator. My husband says that too. He's like, I think you're so like thinking about that. He's all, but I'd never hear it whenever you mention that. I'm like, okay. But again, because I took it out. I have this authentic paper pad. Apparently I paid $9.90 for this. I don't know. Probably at an expo or something. Look how cute. Look at the little birthday cakes. I mean, gosh. Have you guys seen Authentic lately? The only other time I ever see them. Oh my gosh, look at these little balloons. I was going to go with like this happy birthday paper. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. Just adorable. Oh, that's that little writing paper. I love it. Or even just the one like this, right? Kind of more boring, but maybe we'll go with this happy birthday. The only time I ever saw Authentic later on, like after expos and stuff, it was Tuesday morning. So 4 1/8, 5 3/8. And I will put these little scraps back in here because that's how I am. And let me see, where's our card base? It's over here. I think what I'm going to do is maybe run this through. I look at the back side of it. I mean, that paper pack is so cute. I mean, again, it's got to be at least 10 years old. So, no use in trying to even guess where you could find that at now. It's a cute one. Okay, so there's that. And then I did bring out some alcohol ink marker paper. I'm thinking about just doing like this little cat. Okay. And then I was going to, I don't know if that's just boring, just having the cat with that background piece. So maybe I'll die cut like an oval or some kind of cute color, about probably red or something. I mean, that paper is so cute, but it's not the biggest deal because obviously you see it says happy birthday and it says it a million times. So I don't think it has to be, every bit of that has to be visible, right? Okay, it'd be great. Oh, here it is. Like, it'd be great if I know where my stamping tool is. I put it where it'd be easier for me to find, guys. So that's why I couldn't find it. All right. I'm just gonna put this here. And just because, again, a lot of times, what's it called? Hybrid inks are kind of dry and crusty, kind of. It's not crusty. I don't know what to call it, but they just have a dry nature to them. I like to use a stamp positioner because I know usually I have to stamp it more than once. It's not like VersaFine where you stamp it and you're just like, okay, it's good to go. I missed his whole ear too. So that's another reason there. Nice fine line. I like that. That's interesting. I don't know if Diamond Press usually does that. It's really, really fine. His little eyes should be darker. Let me get that here really well. Okay, missed his tail. Let's get in there. Let that soak in. Okay, look at that. Looking good. All right, let me clean off my stamp. You guys, the other day, you know, as I'm cleaning up, I'm like, oh, I never used this. This is close to my heart stamped spray. And honestly, it's so good. Too bad they're out of business now. You can't get that either. But like, I've been using it to clean up a bunch of different things. And I'm like, this is so good. That's probably why I had 2 or 3 bottles of it. I just don't remember because I just don't remember. Like a lot of times I just rinse things underwater and I'm good to go. Or I just give it a wipe and I'm like, yep, all good. But that's what I always say. Don't do what I do. Because a lot of times you'll see me on videos, just put it right back on the carrier, not even wipe it off. Don't try to clean it anyway. But if you can clean your stamps, you should do that. At least rinse them. Okay. So I need to let that sit for a little bit. I honestly have no idea how I'm going to color this kitty. What they got here? I was going to say like an orangey cat would be cute. Maybe gray. I know gray's kind of boring, but I think it'd be cute. So let me go grab some alcohol ink markers for that and I'll be right back. Okay. And I probably shouldn't be using these, to be honest. These were some markers that Diamond Press had sent to me, but then they pulled them because they realized something was up with them, so they didn't want to sell them to people and have, you know, complaints and everything, right? So it's quality control. So I still have them, and they're okay. So, like, or I don't have any problem with them, but I don't know what they were seeing, you know, on their side. So I am using them, guys. Sorry. So I'm going to use red, and this is what I do for balloons. A lot of times I'll start with the color. I went from a dark one to the lighter one. I don't know what I'm doing. To medium, should I say. And then the very light one. And so what that does is it just kind of makes the very center look more see-through. So you just apply less color in the very center. And I did this in a funkier way today. Usually I do the whole thing with like the red all around the edge, but I did it a little bit different today. So, you know, maybe leave that very center still with nothing and just kind of blend out the rest of it. And that is red. I did blend it quite a bit, so I'm going to come in with some more of the darker red and just come around in here again. I assume the colors are going to be very similar when they do come back with their markers, but that's what I have right now. Okay, so that's that. And then I guess gray, right? So let's see. I'm just going to go in with maybe leaving those areas white. So again, a lot of times I'll come in light, dark, whatever. I'm going to go in with some dark gray in here. And you guys know I'm not a colorist. Like maybe that's a little white body there. You know what I'm saying? It looks like his chest. So maybe I go in with the darker gray around here. And maybe some just like in here. I don't want to go too dark because I don't want it. I still want to see all his little accents. So maybe we do a medium gray in here. Bring that out a little bit. I probably will go in between his little ears with the finer point. Sorry guys, the finer point of the dark gray, the darkest color. Aww. And then medium. I will say about pulling products, and I'll mention this, well maybe I should just leave it in that video, but somebody had told me when I picked up that Vicky button gel plate set, she said, oh, when you go to do your review, please know that Vicky is not very happy with the way it came out and that she's very apologetic about it and she doesn't want people to think that's just the quality of her products, that it just doesn't work very well, and et cetera, et cetera. So please know that when you do your review, so like, you know, I won't, I guess, say too many mean things or like if it doesn't work. And I don't think I mean mean things, because obviously that's not mean. I just say what it is. But I'm going to go in with the lightest one, guys. You know, I responded to that person. I don't think they responded back, but I was like, okay, that's fine to be apologetic about something that doesn't work, but how about you don't bring it to market. Don't release it. Don't let people spend their money on it. You know, I worked with several different companies. You guys know, the companies I work with, I don't have to mention everybody right now. And they've all had something that didn't work out quite right. And they're like, oh, they sent an email. Please don't use that. We're not going to go forward with it. This and this, that they're going to rework it, or it's just not going to happen or whatever. So to just put it out and still take people's money and then just be like, oh, I'm so sorry, it doesn't work well. That doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like, I don't know her personally, and it's not about knowing someone personally. It's just most companies, and it does hurt, right? Because if they're holding on to product, or they just got, wasted money, wasted productivity, all that, it hurts, right? As a company. But to be, I think, a reputable company, you're going to do that. So I'm going to go back in with the dark color. You're going to pull products, and it's not great, Like I had just mentioned that, obviously you guys know Diamond Press had pulled those markers, or they just decided not to go forward with them, pulled them. Tonic has too. They sent me their whole new lineup. It was like a couple hundred markers, and then they're like, oh, you know what, we're not going to do those because there's something wrong with the nib, that they realize, and they're not going to put it out on the market. And that is wasted money. That is wasted production. Maybe they go after the manufacturer. I don't know, right? The people, the warehouse, or wherever they get it made. But that's part of, I think, being a reputable company. I'm not saying she's not a reputable company. I'm just saying, okay, I hear you, but I think people shouldn't just put it out there and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, light pink. I don't know how light this is. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it's a very dark pink. What I'm going to do, though, is bring it in anyway. And then we're going to use our blender, which is really an eraser, and take that away. Okay, guys? So I'm going to lighten it with this, with your blender. And somebody just left a comment for the other day for some like Walmart markers I use. They're like, thank you so much. I thought I was crazy because it does not blend. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't blend because it doesn't blend. That's not what it's 4. Okay. I would go with the lightest gray generally for white areas, but maybe I'll use the blender again. So like, you know, just so it doesn't look like I didn't do anything with it, but maybe we'll do a little bit of the light gray, right? And then maybe I come in with the blender and just kind of soften that a little bit. I think that looks okay actually, but okay, just kind of soften that. So you guys let me know what you think as far as that. I think that's what you do. I mean, you don't put it out to market and then just apologize for it knowing there's a fatal error, right? Because to me, it was a gel plate kit. It's about the gel plate, and supposedly the gel plate is what has the problem. So like, what? Then don't put it out. That's how I see it. But, you know, that's easy for me to say because obviously I don't own a company. Okay. So this isn't the easiest to see. Like, I'm sure if I cut it right here, it's probably okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut from a scrap piece of paper first. And then I'll go from there. Ooh, this one's really tight, but you know what? I'm still going to do it. So you want a full piece so that, you know, your paper doesn't just kind of fall apart. And so, yeah, I'll play with that set soon. I just haven't done it yet. The gel plate set. I do like that it was smaller, right? Because usually the ones I have are like 8.5 by 11, huge gel plates. And so you don't have to obviously fill it up, but you don't really know where to stop. And I guess if it's on your grid, maybe you can tell. I don't know. I just haven't used it that often for cards yet. I would make big, huge sheets. I don't know why I went looking for a folder when there's one right here, right? Obviously, it always comes with a new folder. Anyway, I would just make big sheets and then I would cut them down. That's how I would use them. But it's nice to have one that's already, you know, I'm going to give you a card size gel kind of look. Okay, so this is not what I wanted. Waste your time. That piece kind of fell open. Remember I told you it was kind of pushing it, so sorry guys for the rough edit. I'm just going to switch out to another color. I still tried to do it, but I was like, oh, that's not working. So let's go through here. Let's do it again. Okay, so this is just a little trick if you're not sure where your die is going to cut. You can do this with, you know, letters, with everything that you do this way, right? That looks really good. And then just make sure this pops right back down in the same space, you know. Put a little tape, a little extra tape so it doesn't move on you. And then whenever I guide it through, I still hold it really tight back here as I'm guiding it through. If this was, you know, my spellbinder's machine, anything, it doesn't matter. Hold the sandwich as you start guiding it through so it doesn't move too much on you, because a lot of times, you know, they start moving, it pulls and things get kind of whacked out. So look at that. Very cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so I was gonna go with like a red background, but I think I'll do blue. So I'm gonna get a pretty dark blue color and just run it through like a circle die or an oval or something. I'll be right back. I have this cute shape from this Spellbinder set, and I just grabbed one, and actually I think that's, I mean, it kind of covers a lot, but I think that'll be good. So I'll run that through. Okay, so let's put this guy, and I just want to show you, I mean, I put that through the marquee. A lot of times people ask me what dies can go through the marquee. Any thin metal dies, guys. Even some that are a little thicker, like the Anna Griffin ones. Sometimes she'll have some that are like really intricate or really thick. They work, you know. However you want to do that. I was going to just pop this on here, but you know what? I do have this piece, this drop shadow, and it's red. And so I'm like, you know what? Might as well use it, right? We have it. So let's go ahead and glue those guys together, and I'll pop that up. I just did a video where I might have needed to use that tonic tool, and there it is. Okay. And again, I mean, we can add a sentiment. I feel like the happy birthday in the background and then our little cat, I think that's good enough for me. That looks good. Glue these guys together. I almost put enough marker. You're supposed to put so much marker that it saturates the back almost as much as you see on the front. So, I don't know. That's just something I've heard, and I've taken classes, tonic classes. My goodness. Copic coloring classes, Spectrum Noir classes back in the day. Everyone says that. Okay, I'm going to put some dimensionals on this because I think that'll look cute. And I think that's it. Okay, so I have some dimensionals on the back of that guy. And, oh, that's cute, actually, because it looks like he's just sitting over here in his little balloon. Going up over there. And there's just kind of a quick card. maybe some rhinestones, whatever you like. But I feel like this is more like for a little boy. I don't know. Yeah, it's just me. All right, very cute. So, okay, let's wait for the other auto ship to come in. Unless I check and see how long this video is. I'm thinking this video might be long enough as it is. You know what? Let's just leave it like that. I'll just do the next auto ship by itself, and then maybe I'll do a tutorial for that one as soon as it comes in, like I did with this one. Just felt some inspo and went for it. All right, guys. Well, then that's it. So thanks for watching. I'll have some images coming up. Links as available. I doubt there'll be any. Like I said, these are pretty much not around. I know some of the pet ones, like this auto ship, Die Press brought to their site a couple of them, and then 2 or 3 of them were on HSM, but like not this quickly, right? Not like today, whenever people are receiving their auto ship. It might take a couple weeks or so. But all right, guys, I'll have some images coming up, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.